as we have this conversation about how will we know at the end of the season if Bo is the guy, and certainly there's the eye test, but there's got to be some numbers that go with it as well. Okay, whether it be team wins or his own individual stats. So, let me give you a couple of over-unders from the wise guys in Vegas.
Feed me. Let's
and
do
tell
it.
me if you're going to go over or under.
Okay.
So this is assuming that he plays somewhere between 14 and 17 games.
Okay.
Okay? Would you take the over or the under on 2,850 yards passing?
Okay, now you're going to make me do math. So 2850 here divided by 17,
Isn't this cute, folks? Matt's trying to do
167 and a half.
Doesn't he know he's here with the math masters?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Jeez.
How about in 14 games?
Stink would have had that figured out long ago. Huh?
Yeah.
What? What's the number?
All right, so you asked me 2850. You said.
Yep.
It. Okay, so that's the over/under, and you said that we're operating under the assumption that it's between 14 to 17 games.
Right.
If that's 17, that is 167 and change per game.
Okay.
167
Very
yards.
doable.
Yeah, very doable.
I would take the over though.
Okay, I agree with you there. If it's 14, 203 yards per game. I'm still taking the over.
I'm still taking the over. At 2850, I'm taking the over.
2850 going once, twice sold. It's the over.
Because this is an offense that's going to really try to run the football, and they're gonna hope that they're playing good defense, and they're gonna feel like any possession that ends with a kick, any kind of kick is okay. But I do think that if he's playing that amount of games, yeah, I think he'll be able to put together enough short passes. Sean will scheme some guys open, that kind of thing. Yeah, I would take 2850 over. How about 16 and a half touchdowns?
I like that one. I like that one a lot because if he plays 17 games, that's a touchdown per week. And I think there are going to be several weeks where he's got multiple touchdowns. So, yeah, I'm over there even if he plays 14. 14 or 17 games. Over. This is the part where I'm starting to drink a little bit of the Kool-Aid, only because not what I'm hearing, but what I'm seeing. And we brought this up a little bit earlier. I'm getting a little bit encouraged now to the point where, as a skeptic of this decision to go with Bo this year, and not a hater, but just a skeptic of, is this the right place?
You were a skeptic?
You didn't know that?
To go with Bo?
Quarterback this year?
To start this year?
Yeah.
You wanted him to...
No.
You wanted him to redshirt a year?
No. I meant go quarterback in the draft this year, based upon where you
that's
where you were
right.
slotted.
That's right.
Yeah,
Because you want your boy Shador to be here next year.
No.
I forgot who I'm talking to.
It's
here.
not that. It's that I think the sixth quarterback
Mr.
off the
Shoulder
board
to
at 12.
shoulder himself.
All right, get out of here. Can I finish my point here
Yeah,
without
go
you
ahead.
painting me in
I'm
this light?
already...
Put your black and gold paint away, doing my self-portrait over here, and just let me finish what
All
I'm
right,
saying.
I'm already looking at you with
Okay.
a dubious eye, but go ahead.
But I was trying to compliment the situation before you pigeonhole that in. I am starting to see some real positive signs. I'm starting to see some signs that I could point to tangibly, because you just brought up in that yards conversation, right? Like the dink and dunk offense. Can he hit the screen? Right? Can he hit the flat out of the backfield? There are some plays in the last few days where Bo's not having a problem stepping up in the pocket and throwing intermediate balls. He had a couple to Cortland Sutton that would have qualified for big gainers, 30, 40 yards probably, if that happens in a real game, to the point where I'm going, gosh, it's nice to have a quarterback again who can actually, first of all, see the middle of the field, secondly, be willing to use it.
It is becoming real evident to me that a couple things are happening here. One, Sean is continuing to put his stamp on this team, his guys, and we're further seeing the distancing from him and George Payton, who is the invisible man right now. Caden Stearns was not a Sean pick, J.L. Skinner was. And I think you're going to continue to see that. You're going to see Sean's guys, and you're also going to see when bubble decisions are on the table, roster decisions are on the table, and it's a veteran guy versus a younger guy, it's going to be the younger guy. I'll give you an example. Samaje Perine did nothing wrong last year. In fact, by the time the season was over, for me, he may have been one of my most reliable, trusted Broncos.
Sure.
But Jaleel McLaughlin has been having a terrific camp. He's put on weight. He's been working maniacally on improving his pass blocking and receiving. And if there's any sense that he's starting to figure that role out, he's going to be your third down back, not Samaje Perine. And I think you're going to see the same thing with the receivers. I think you're going to see some receivers, veteran receivers, little Jordan Humphrey types, Brandon Johnson types, that are going to get cut. They're going to lose out. Folks, we're in a full-scale youth movement here. I like it. I'm excited about it because I'm excited about the possibility of what a youth movement can bring. But make no mistake, this is the way we're going. And boy, Sean better be right. The Sean critics, the Sean supporters, we're all united in this one. He better be right because this is a roster that is being remade in his image, and he better be right. Otherwise, you think things have been lean here for a while? You could be signing up for another 5 years of wandering through the desert here, because this is the way it's going.
Well, I'm with you completely. And you bring up Caden Stearns and J.L. Skinner, and I think it's important you do. Right? Caden Stearns was supposed to be the guy taking over for Justin Simmons.
By the way, this is KKFN HD1 Longmont Denver. Go.
I'm glad we got that out.
I got to get that out of the way.
Glad we got that out of the way.
Legal.
Why don't, now that you guys are not doing like a benchmark, you and Mark should fight like Josh and Stoke do over it. I would love to see Mark try to get out KKFN
If we left it
HD1
up to
Longmont
Stink,
Denver.
he'd be either doing it like 20 minutes too early or 20 minutes too late.
It would never happen.
It would never
Let's just
happen
be
on
honest.
time. Okay.
Let me get back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
So, Stearns is supposed to be the Simmons guy. He's supposed to be the Simmons replacement. And credit to Andrew Mason with the number, but he's missed 28 out of his last 29 games that he could have played in due to injury. That's not a good track record. And you brought in J.L. Skinner last year, but you kept him on the 53. Even though he was hurt, he definitely wasn't a part of the best 53-man roster. But what it goes to show you is a late-round pick. And if you'll remember, the Broncos were very excited about what his potential could be. Bigger guy, right, out of Boise, but he tore the pec in the pre-draft workout, so he wouldn't be ready to go, start of the year. Well, Sean has even brought it up multiple times now here over the course of the last month that he really liked what J.L. Skinner did back half of last year, special teams. And so I start thinking about, well, we're trying to evaluate Sean as a talent evaluator himself this year. And a big part of it is because he keeps speaking so highly of this year's rookie class. He talks about how Audric Estime, they had a third-round grade but got him in the fifth. Franklin, they had a second-round grade, got him in the fourth. Ellis, second-round grade, got him in the third. Like, you keep going down, and they felt that way about every single one of their picks from this year's class. So if I look back to last year, Skinner is the perfect example of a late-round project that you're excited about that is maybe now starting to round into form where Sean is ahead of consensus. And a big part of trying to evaluate if Sean's vision and plan are going to work, it's his personnel.